Hey, hi, this is Rohan, and today we are going to discuss about the Vivah, the movie of Shahid Kapoor and Amrita Rao and so many other cast. Before I answer the question, has it aged well? I must say, it is such a lovely, emotional, and a simple journey of a movie that it swells you up in the emotion and gives you a punch in the gut. You know it's a movie because all the things are offset, but the storytelling, the music, and the innocence of the actors pulls you in, and you're almost in for a ride. So when you think about a movie, there are many genres of movie, and you might have a preference for a certain type of cinema. And for me, it has always been that yes, I like the movie like Extraction, where there is a phenomenal action, and I applaud it for that. I loved Extraction and Extraction 2. It is a rare scenario where a sequel works better than the first movie. Extraction is an example of that. And I have not seen the movie Joker 2, but that's an example of a sequel ruining the first movie because many people are panning the, the sequel of the movie. And it always happens with sequels. When you have a sequel, you tend to your main motivation is to make money and not to have a creative liberty, not to tell a story. And that's the reason where many of the sequels falls out. And it might work for a certain it might even make a lot of money like Avengers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But doesn't matter. It's not a storytelling. It's just a money making machine and that's it. Sorry for the digression of a certain thing. Coming back to Viva, the story is in the title, Viva. It's about uh, marriage proposal, arranged marriage proposal between Shahid and Amrita Rao, and how it unfolds. And I generally like the movie when there are no pure villain in the movie, but somehow it works. Yes, there are some negative shades and negative characters somewhat, uh, but they also have a redeeming arc. But it's not like they want to do harm physically. Like when you see in many other movies, you have villains, they want to kill, and so on and so forth, and that works. But I also love film of Suraj Barjatya genre, family movie, no typical villains, and just a story of a family. It's such an amazing thing that's such a simple story telling how all the emotion it works. And when you think about Suraj Barjatya, I remember Hum Saath Saath Hai, such a family bonding movie. And when the separation of the brothers happened, it breaks my heart. And each and every emotions it pulls me in. Similarly, Vivah is a story where it brings out the emotions. It's a slow process. It's a story of a father who has two kids and he wants to get married of the kid. There is a slight a hint of a black versus white, and the mother is little bit jealous because Amrita Rao is fair and she is about to get an arranged marriage proposal with Shahid. And they both are obedient to their family members and they have good values, principles, and all that things. And they meet and they exchange. And it's an arranged marriage, but they fall in love because of meetings, getting to know each other. And literally, they are already married even before the actual marriage proposals, if you think about it. And it takes you on a roller coaster. Step by step, everything keeps on escalating. The romance keeps on peaking, but it's not like a typical romance. It's shy, innocent, subtle, and perhaps it's a love story many people would have want from the partner or in their life. It's it's so pure, like it's so amazing in that respect, and it keeps on progressing. And the day of the marriage comes, and a very heartbreaking thing happens. A mishap. There's a fire. Everything's get burned, and the other sister is trapped, and Amrita Rao saves her. And in that process, she get burned. Now that's an horrific thing to happen to a woman in India, where like symbol. It's also in the movie like in many cases after marriage, a woman is apparently killed with fire because if there is has to be some conflict, it has happened so many times. But in this, she's burned beforehand. And for a woman, not in today, not in previous, it's all about beauty. At least it's considered like that. So your body is damaged. How will you get married? You're not married yet. And even if you're married, it might be broken because of the thing. Such a huge thing. And of course, there is a redemption arc of the mother who feels for Amrita because she sacrificed her beauty, which she was always against her, to save the sister. And she is now in pain, in agony, but worried. Will the Vivah take place? And the news is broken to Shahid Kapoor and the family. And it seems in the first scene that they are upset, but it's more like a shock, not upset. And they come, and there is this beautiful, enormous, majestic, probably unrealistic scene in cinema history and also in reality. Shahid Kapoor says he wants to marry her in the hospital while she is burnt. And she knows how the society works. She knows, like, maybe he's accepting him with of empathy because of adrenaline rush, because of emotion, and she doesn't want to make him a wrong decision or not a hasty decision or a decision which he will regret having to take in a hurry. And she stops saying, and this is a very piercing line that before you do that, at least see how much I have borne. It's like a testament. Like, if I'm born a little less, you can marry me more. If you're not comfortable, you don't marry me. And she's crying inside. Can't see it, but she's crying. And he says, our marriage doesn't require a testimony of this. They put sindur on her forehead without anyone seeing her. And that's majestic soundtrack plays of Ravindra Jain. And talking about the music in the film, he was panned for giving a monotonous kind of a music in the movie, but it's what makes the movie work. Every song is an extension of the earlier song, and you're just from here to here to here. And when that song plays, Mujhe Hak Hai, you're in tears. There's no other way this could have worked, and it works. And finally, the marriage procession happens, and that's it. That's a movie. Talking about has it aged well, I'll just conclude on a very simple note. I cried. I felt all the emotions and I was taken aback when I saw it when I was very young, maybe 15, 16, something like that. I'm not sure what was the age. And I cried it the last time I watched it. It was like less than 1 month ago. That aged very well. I don't know about the cinematography, storytelling, art. What is that? It's a movie which moved me, picks up my attention, and takes me on a ride. See you guys.